gamers, it's your boy MtG here, back with another Magic the Gathering video, and today we're going to be playing a little bit of a budgety version of a deck I've been wanting to make for a while, Selesnya tokens, and let it be known here at this point in the video that this deck is currently rotation proof minus these Sunpetal Groves right here. These are the only cards that are going to be rotating out in the fall, I believe. I'm pretty sure I stripped it of anything else. But we're using only cards from Guilds of Ravnica, Ravnica Allegiance, War of the Spark, and M20. So, I also said it's kind of a budgety deck, and we are running a couple of rares and mythics, but really particularly cheaper ones in terms of paper money, paper magic, and how much you're actually going to be spending on those cards. These are not like super highly played, besides maybe God-Eternal Oketra. I don't know the price on that exactly, but that's probably the most expensive card in this deck. Tristani's probably up there too, but we are limiting our rares and mythic rares. We've got 6 mythics, including 2 March of the Multitudes here, and then only 5 other rares actually, because we have 2 Tolsimirs and 3 Emmara Soul of the Accords, but Emmara particularly is a pretty cheap rare. But the rest of it is pretty budgety, and honestly, if I'm being honest, you don't have to play March of the Multitudes, but it's really nice in this deck, and you don't have to play Emmara. I think March of the Multitudes is better in this deck than Emmara is. You could definitely run something else. You could probably run more Ancestral Blades, and that'll be just fine. But since we're playing rotation proof, we are not including things that you'd probably normally put in this, like History of Benalia or the other one. It's right here. It's Legion's Landing. The other one, Legion's Landing. Also, we're not running like life weenies like Leon and Vanguard. We're not doing that kind of deal. Because I did consider doing it more of an aggro build where we're running a lot in the 1 slot, but I felt like, you know, a lot of this is going to rotate out, and I had Hazda Marshal in here at one point, but I don't really like Hazda Marshal. If we're not running Legion's Landing and getting a bunch of creatures down immediately, Hazda Marshal just doesn't do us a whole lot of good. If you want to kind of speed this deck up, you could probably run Healer's Hawks and alongside Hazda Marshal, and then that'll help your Woodland Champion and Ironroot Warlord get strong, which is the point of the deck. So our kind of key cards here are Ironroot Warlord, which is a 0/5, and his power is equal to the number of creatures you control, which is very easy to get to a high number if you're playing tokens, right? You can spend 2 mana to make 2 1/1s, right? And then this becomes a 3/5 immediately if this and those are the only ones on the field. Like, that's already a decent 3-drop. The 3/5 is not bad with a little ability here. Spend 5 mana and create a 1/1 soldier token. So this is a pretty good card at uncommon. It's not like one of the best uncommons in M20, but it is very, very good in this deck. The other big payoff we want to play is Woodland Champion. Now, Woodland Champion is a 2-mana 2/2, and whenever one or more tokens enter the battlefield under your control, put that many 1/1 counters on Woodland Champion. Now, I should note that this does not have to be creature tokens. It can be other things. You could do like some kind of, like, I guess, treasure tokens, but that's rotating out. Treasure tokens are kind of leaving the meta. So we're doing creature tokens, which makes more sense anyway, first of all. But so we want to get Woodland Champion or Ironroot Warlord down, and then, you know, start pumping them up by playing a lot of creatures. And some of the things we have, I did forget to mention, we are running Hanged Executioner, which is another rare. Sorry, this is looking less and less budgety as I'm talking about it, but I think it's not too bad. I think the real reason I say it's budgety is because our real payoffs are uncommons. You know, we've got Ironroot Warlord and Woodland Champion as our big power payoffs, alongside some kind of helpful rares and mythics in the later game especially. But the real thing we want to do here is be able to get 2-for-1s, right? We play 1 card from our hand and get 2 creatures on the field. That's why we play Hanged Executioner. This is a 1/1 flyer, and when it enters the battlefield, you create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. We run 2 of those, and we run 4 Ferocious Pups. This is a little cute puppy here, and when he enters the battlefield, you create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. So whenever we play this card, this gets 2 counters on Woodland Champion. So that's nice. Since we're going to be playing so many creatures, we want to definitely be having a Conclave Tribunal in here. This is very good removal. Premium removal, we can pretty much play it for free by tapping creatures most of the time. That's pretty nice. Now, on to the later game. I did mention these already, but we've got God-Eternal Oketra here, which is another token producer. And not only is it a token producer, this is just a powerful creature to have on the field. It's hard to get rid of. It produces big tokens whenever we cast creature spells, so that's kind of a shoe-in for this deck, honestly. Also, Tristani Discordant is the same. Whenever she enters the battlefield, we create 2 white soldier creature tokens, and she buffs everything by +1/+1. So all of our little 1/1 tokens, and if you're playing Ferocious Pup, our 2/2 wolf tokens here, those are all going to get buffed up by 1, which makes them actually kind of formidable on the battlefield, and protects them from little sweepers like Goblin Chain Whirler, which is still in the meta. And Goblin Chain Whirler is one of the major issues we will have in this deck, because we have so many 1/1s. We're going to have to watch out for that. But fortunately, things like Ironroot Warlord is actually pretty hard to remove. You've got to be playing either like direct removal, like Cast Down Murder, or like Assassin's Trophy, or there are a few red spells that can take care of this, but not many. This doesn't get hit by Lava Coil or Lightning Strike or Shock, so that's pretty nice. Woodland Champion's issue is definitely that it can be removed immediately once it hits the field. A little Shock takes care of this, and even a Lightning Strike, once it has a counter on it, can still kill it. But we still can get a pretty nice payoff with this most of the time. On to Tolsimir. Tolsimir is super helpful in this deck, not only because of a little bit of... So I'll read Tolsimir. You probably know this card already, but whenever Tolsimir, Friend to Wolves, enters the battlefield, create Voha, Friend to Elves, a legendary 3/3 green and white wolf creature token. Whenever a wolf enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 3 life, and that creature fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. So not only does this produce an extra token for us, which is already buffing both Ironroot Warlord and Woodland Champion, this gains us 3 life, and we can use it as removal for another creature that our opponent controls. So that's super nice, because we don't want to be running a lot of non-creature removal. Like, we play 3 Conclave Tribunals, but this is also pretty nice removal for us to get rid of a creature that our opponent has that might be blocking our Woodland Champion or Ironroot Warlord or something like that. And all of these... I will say we mostly want to be playing creatures because of God-Eternal Oketra. We don't get the payoff from God-Eternal if we're playing non-creature spells. So we only have a few. And at the beginning of the game, we do have Ancestral Blade and Raise the Alarm. Raise the Alarm is a super good card at common. 2 mana to create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens at instant speed. That's the thing. Like, if this were a sorcery, it would be like pretty meh. But as an instant, it's actually very good, because we can buff our own creatures at instant speed, right? Like, somebody plays a Shock on our Woodland Champion, we can respond to that at instant speed with Raise the Alarm and buff it up by 2, right? Put 2 counters on it. That's a nice little payoff there. So basically, we want to be getting these boys on the field, and or boys and girls, and then buffing them up and attacking and winning. So this is not a super competitive deck right now. I think it definitely needs some more tweaking, but I think there's potential here. And if you have suggestions for this, let me know in the comments below. I do want to make this deck better, and I think it's on its way. But seeing as we're about to rotate a lot of things out, that would probably make this better. Like, as I said, I could be playing Legion's Landing, which would be super good in this deck. But we're not, because it's about to rotate out. I want to make this rotation proof, and so I'm going to stop rambling now and go and get into some gameplay. Let's do this. All right, here we go. Coming into game 1 against Pawn. All right, Pawn. Let's see what you got. Okay, we got a Temple Garden and a Forest. Oh, this is actually a pretty good starting hand. We're a little bit low on lands, and I did forget to mention I think we're running 23 lands right now, because a lot of our spells have Convoke, and we have a lot of creature spells and a lot of just low mana cost creatures. Our one issue, I think, is that it does take us probably usually more than 5 turns to hit our 5th land drop and actually play Tristani Discordant and stuff like that. So that can be an issue. Let's just go Plains and Hunted Witness. And then next turn, I'm probably going to Woodland Champion and then follow it up with Ferocious Pup. So this looks like Mardu Aristocrats. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. No attacks. Okay, so they're passing the turn. Huh. What do we do here? If I do... Yeah, I can Ferocious Pup. And then... Woodland Champion becomes a 3/3. I think I probably attack right here. Yep, I guess that was a good choice. They also shocked in 2 lands, which is a pretty aggressive play. So, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to block you. And that'll be that. So, yeah, you get buffed up. I probably should have blocked with Ferocious Pup. But I lose a little more life from Cruel Celebrant, but I also buff up my Woodland Champion. And I get to keep my Wolf. Getting rid of their Cruel Celebrant there was a pretty important play. I'm okay with... Yeah, this is super okay right here. Let's see. What do we want to do? If we attack with Woodland Champion, we can play this at instant speed. I just need to keep 1 mana up for a Conclave Tribunal. So I can cast this for 3. Wait, no, I cast it for 4. And then I just tap everything. And then I have 4 creatures ready. And this is an 8/8. Swinging in. And then we'll just go ahead and Conclave Tribunal that Knight of the Ebon Legion right there. And we're squared away. So a bad thing that could happen here is a Deafening Clarion, if they have that. Okay, Rekindling Phoenix. That's not an issue because we win. Yep, we still win the game. That was a nice quick win there. My opponent played that very aggressively at the beginning of the game, which I don't think was the correct move for them. But we also had a couple of nice plays. Having some instant speed spells that can give us tokens is really, really important for this deck. So if you can't get your hands on a March of the Multitudes, definitely run Raise the Alarm. Like, that's a definite must. Okay, coming into game 2 against Bogart. Bogart. This is an okay hand. We can get Emmara, Soul of the Accord down on turn 2, followed up on turn 3 with an Ironroot Warlord, and keep kind of rolling from there. Having 2 Emmaras is not great, of course, as you might imagine, but having 2 Ironroot Warlords is not bad by any means. Oh boy. Please tell me this is not a mirror matchup. Okay, Impassioned Orator. Plains, and then you. Splendid Angel. That's not ideal. No blocks. We take the damage. Yikes. I'm a little bit concerned about that. I think I go ahead and Conclave Tribunal because I still get the token from Emmara and get rid of Resplendent Angel here. I'm very scared of this card. Very scared of Resplendent Angel. Okay, that's unusual. Yep. Okay, that's pretty close. If we hadn't removed that, they would have gotten a whole lot of angels. Well, 1 angel. But you know what I mean. Because they're gaining a lot of life this turn. I don't love that. No blocks. I take the damage for now. Yeah, I think we'll go Ironroot Warlord here. Comes in as a 3/5. We can't really attack with Emmara because she'll just die to Wildgrowth Walker. There's no point. But we, at least for now, can keep their attackers at bay because we have a decent sized blocker. Okay, that's interesting. I could play another Ironroot Warlord, so mine becomes a 4/5. Or I could play Ferocious Pup. Should I attack? I think I should attack at this point. I mean, they're probably just going to take the damage, go to 22 life. And they block. It's interesting. Very interesting choice blocking that. Path of Discovery. Lovely. Lovely. I think Ferocious Pup is the play here. So my one issue with this deck is that it incentivizes playing cards before combat, which you don't usually want to do. I think we just keep doing this. Attacking with our Warlord. So they're going to take the damage because they know they're about to be able to get a ton of life off their Wild Growth Walker. Huatli. Okay. They can gain life that way. Interesting. Okay, so no creatures there. I wish I could cancel that, darn it. Okay, well, we're going to actually attack with pretty much everything here. I want them to block with Wild Growth Walker. I want them to block Emmara with Wild Growth Walker so that when Tolsimir enters the battlefield, I can go ahead and kill their Walker. Yep, okay, good. Good. Well done, me. I've made a good play. And bye-bye, Wild Growth Walker. You're donezo, baby. And look at this board. We own the board. Yep, that's right, son. Well, this is going well so far. I'm pleased. I'm very pleased. We haven't run into too much removal yet. Let's play at least one more game. These have been fairly quick. I'm liking how this deck is playing so far. It's playing pretty aggressively, but maybe our matchups have been kind of favorable, and we've consistently had a response to their threats, so that's nice. Well, we also haven't had a mulligan yet, and we definitely have to now, so let's mulligan this hand away. Are you serious? We got a mulligan again. This is great. I love it. I love it. I'll keep, put away March of the Multitudes, and put away one Ferocious Pup. And fingers crossed, we draw a forest. Those were all three terrible hands. Really terrible. Hey, Sunpetal Grove, that works. Okay, so we'll go Woodland Champion. And then next turn, probably play... Okay, Dreadhorde Arcanist. I need to get him above... Get Woodland Champion above a 4/4. Because if they have... Dang. That's not good. I guess let's do this. Get some damage in here. Woodland Champion may die on their turn, because this is Naya Feather, which is very strong and definitely runs Reckless Rage. That's the card. That's the name of the card. Reckless Rage, the bane of my existence. As long as they don't have it this turn, we're going to be kind of okay. Colossus. Okay, Colossus is a thing. Can you play that? Yeah, you can. Okay. Well, that's a strong boy. Deals me 9 damage. It's got trample, so I'm not going to block it at this point. Ugh. That worries me for next turn. They may be doing the 4-turn win if they have another Colossus and then they can thud. This could be potentially problematic. Let's go ahead and play Raise the Alarm. Get our Woodland Champion damage up. I think if we continue to be aggressive here, We take him to 9. Like, that's... We're trading pretty well. And I'm actually going to equip Ancestral Blade over on one of these just to have... potentially mitigate some more damage on this Dreadhorde Arcanist. Tenth District Legionnaire. Okay. They shocked that in, too, which is a bit surprising. They must have something big up their sleeve here. Giant Growth? Yeah, that's a thing. Is this it? Is this about to be it? Integrity? Okay, well, I will say 10th District Legionnaire does not have Trample. Wait, does it get Trample? No, it doesn't get Trample. We win, right? We win now. I don't know why they did that. They don't have the mana to cast Thud or anything. Yeah, it doesn't have Trample, so we block like that, and then we win. Okay, interesting line of play there for the opponent. I do like running Giant Growth in Naya Feather. I think that's a more aggressive play than it's generally going right now, than people are building the deck right now, but I think there's room to make it more aggressive. And run, Giant Growth is a +3/+3 for 1 mana, which is insane if you're trying to cast cheap spells on your creatures. It's a bit ridiculous. Ooh. This hand is interesting. I'm actually going to keep this hand. It's bad. It's a bad hand, but we do get Woodland Champion on turn 2, followed by either Raise the Alarm or Ferocious Pup. Fairy Miscreant. So this is probably... we get 100 Witness on turn 1, which is actually kind of nice. This is either Mono Blue or Azorius Flyers. I guess it could be just blue Flyers. Yep. Mono Blue, baby. Mono Blue. Well, okay. So we get Woodland Champion down now. Or they can't have a counterspell for this. Looks like they must have an Opt in hand. But the moral of this story... Maybe not the moral of the story, but the story here is that we're going to have to be aggressive. Okay, Spectral Sailor. Interesting. Fairy Miscreant, so they get to draw a card, because of the other Fairy Miscreant. Okay, so this is Azorius Flyers. It's not Mono Blue. Azorius Flyers. Is it possible that I die next turn? It's kind of a possibility that I just lose next turn. We gotta get some damage in here. I don't think this is gonna go well for us. They got a very nice start, and we don't have the removal for this right now. Methos. Oh boy, another Curious Obsession. That's fun. That's super fun. Okay, so we go to 5. They've got a lifelink blocker for my Woodland Champion. Oof. Tolsimir. We can't play Tolsimir this turn, so we lose. Ouch. That hurts. Let's attack all. They potentially don't block our Woodland Champion. They didn't block, which means I can get 4 tokens onto the field and then 2 more tokens onto the field with March of the Multitudes. So we go another Raise the Alarm. Oh my gosh, are we about to pull this off potentially? This is going to be a 9/9. Oh, it's going to be close. We don't get it, but it's close. So we can only play this for 2x. Ah, rip. We took him to 3. Oh. We were close. We were so close. Dang. GG, squad. That's a GG from me. Well played, Methas. I'm kind of surprised they didn't go ahead and block Woodland Champion there, because they did give me the opportunity to win the game. If I had the power to convoke enough, I could have potentially, but they had a very quick start. I think we've got time for one more game. Every game so far has been very quick, so let's get one more game in, so you can get a better feel for how the deck plays. I mean, it's been pretty consistent so far, except for that one game where I mulliganed twice. Okay, this is a different start, but I like it. We go first. I'm actually going to shock in for Hunted Witness here. And my fingers are crossed that we're not against Mono Red. Bogart. We played Bogart 2 games ago, right? Didn't we? Yeah, this is the life. This person's playing life weenies. Okay. Yeah, we'll attack with Hunted Witness, and then we'll actually pass turn. So let's end the turn, and we can play Raise the Alarm on their turn. We faced this deck like 3 games ago. Man, the matchmaking must be really honed in here. Okay. I don't like that we don't have a Conclave Tribunal. We do have a Conclave Tribunal. Let's attack all, get some damage in while we can, and play Ironroot Warlord. So if they play anything spicy like a Bishop of Wings or a Resplendent Angel potentially, Ajani's Pridemate, that's spicy. So we're almost definitely going to just Conclave Tribunal that puppy. And then punch them in the face. So let's go ahead and actually get Hanged Executioner down now. Or should we just... No, that's actually... We should probably just go Woodland Champion. And then we will go... We'll tap you, and... Wait, you? Yeah, that's right. I guess it doesn't matter. Wait. And then, yeah, we'll do that. Get out of here, Ajani. We don't want you here. Okay, and they're stuck on 2 lands, which is nice. Impassioned Orator. Okay, so they go back to 14. So we'll go Hanged Executioner now. Attack, attack, attack. That's 7-10. If we attack all here, they block one of our 1/1s and we take them to like 2. I think this is the play. I didn't talk at length about Hanged Executioner earlier, but this is a very good card. Not only does it enter the battlefield and give you immediately another 1/1, but it also has this ability where you can spend 4 mana and exile another target creature. So we could, if we draw another mana here, which fingers crossed we do, yep, we will go exile you and kill that. Yep, we'll exile both of these to get rid of that Pridemate. And then we should win the game by attacking all. So our opponent got mana screwed there, but we also curved out nicely and got our payoffs here on the board. So now that you've seen the deck, I hope you enjoy it. And if you want to see more from me, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I do post regular Magic content, usually 3 to 4 times a week, sometimes more occasionally. So tune in for that. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it so that other people can see it as well. If you have suggestions for the channel or for decks to play in the future, drop them in the comments below. I do read those and I'll try to respond to you if I can. And I will leave you on this. Let us open a pack together and enjoy that sweet wild card that just popped out of there. Wonderful. And Scheming Symmetry. What a nice card for a Ashiok deck. That's a thing. That'll be coming soon, actually, as well. That's been requested previously. I'll probably be playing an Ashiok Mill deck sometime soon, and Scheming Symmetry will definitely be in it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're still with me, I appreciate you, and keep on playing the Magics. I will see you guys on the flip-flop. Bye.